Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Nabeena Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma anfa'na bima 'allamtana wa 'allimna ma yanfa'una wa zidna 'ilma. O Allah, benefit us through what you teach us and teach us what benefits us and increase us in knowledge. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I think we have got total 2 hours for the presentation, followed by 1 hour of other next event, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So that makes my job easy because out of 3 hours I have to use only 2 hours. This is job easy for me because basically I am not fully engaged with online dawah. I was fully engaged in dawah in general, but not specializing on online dawah. Although I realize online dawah is priority, particularly these days, but there are 2 reasons which I was not totally involved. Before telling the reasons, regarding today's presentation, I have got one of my colleagues who is fully involved in online dawah. His total involvement is on online dawah. So what I am going to present is basically I took the points from his experience and what he is presenting concerning online dawah. So these particular things are basically his things. So I am just reproducing this. Having said that, afterwards, I will come to these 2 reasons why I was not fully engaged in dawah. First of all, my engagement was totally dedicated to dawah in general. When I am taking dawah in general as my focus, I focus on dawah in general. Naturally, I have to totally dedicate my time and efforts in that direction. If I keep shifting to one to another and things like that, then I will not be able to justify everything. So I cannot do justice to online dawah because this online dawah is very special thing in a sense that what is online dawah? What is online dawah?
Through the net.
Sorry?
Through the internet.
Through internet dawah to who? Whom we do? Yes?
To Muslims and non-Muslims. To both Muslims and non-Muslims.
Sister is saying, brother is saying to Muslims and non-Muslims.
Both? Which place?
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. Part of the world is day, part of the world is night. So you have to you can address only one. So it is better to join some organization which is doing this on a professional way, in a dedicated way, covering all aspects. So this brother, he joined such an organization based in Saudi Arabia. This is islamreligion.com. You must have heard. If you have not heard, then you will see this. There is one website, islamreligion.com. If you type this will come. It's a excellent website, and it has online dawah doing on a professional basis. So he joined that, and he is taken up the thing which was available to him. It was night duty. So he addresses night, where in daytime, Western countries, from Africa and America. He covers that area. And last year's statistics show that he was able to take Shahada in 1 year time over 6,000. That means it comes to 500 per month. 500 per month through chatting. So this is the way it should be done. If you are engaged, because this organization to be attached with the organization, because organization is overall in charge. If there is something required somewhere, and then internally they can place one chat person, one da'i to balance all that what they need. So they know the need, they know the potential overall, and they address the issue more properly. So this is the thing. Online dawah, if one individual does, it does only casually. He cannot be available all the time. But this particular style, like we have Discover Islam organization, totally dedicated for dawah. So things work with an organization in a better way than individually. Individually is like hobby, but we want professionalism. When you see how Christians get engaged in dawah, they do very professional job. Each da'i is well trained. They are trained by professionals. Uncomparable. In Muslim communities, which is, to my knowledge, there is none. Maybe there are some nowadays because people are waking up, Muslims, and they are doing a good job. But Christians are doing, particularly Catholics, for a long time. So they are well established, they are very clear about their targets, very clear about the methodology. Everything is very well organized and well funded also. Funding is very an important point. Money speaks. Even in religious matters, money is required. Dawah, money is required. Anything you want to do in this world, money. So money becomes one of the factors to be considered. So they have got lot of money. The richest NGO is their organization, non-governmental organization, which is highest in funding is this. So they do a professional job, and we do in a casual way. So if we take up seriously, then we can do a better job. This is one thing. I have not taken up this because I was engaged in another aspect of dawah. So I could not give time as it should be given for online dawah. The other thing is, this technology is growing day by day. We are getting new things coming up and new questions coming up. The younger generation is well abreast with this. 1 year old baby, boy, girl is more familiar with iPhone, smartphone than grandpa. So this is a fact. They know how to open and how to get to the YouTube, cartoons or whatever they are interested, and they get it. So it is there. They have opened eyes in information technology age. So they are starting from that point. Whereas until the age of 40, I did not have computer. I just, first time I came to know about hardware, software, something is there. So this was all during my professional career as geologist. We learned, and in geology profession, from mechanical they shifted to this story about information technology. So information technology is excellent. For future, communication is based on IT. Now, artificial intelligence is another tool. So with development in science and technology, we should adopt new tools for dawah also. And Islam is for all times, for all people. So we should not be rigid in adopting one particular methodology. We should be flexible enough to improve the dawah techniques. And these tools available, we should be familiar and we should excel in that line. So this is one area where elderly people, they are not suitable as compared to younger ones. So this was another reason I thought better I focus on those things for which I spent my prime time of my life to study, research, critical thinking, lateral thinking, come up with new ideas and things like that. And I am sharing with you all these things. So basically, the principles used for dawah are same, whether online dawah or offline dawah, personal dawah as a hobby or dawah in an organized way. The principles remain same. So application of the principles, there are different ways to direct our attention and use various tools in that particular direction. So that's why I took his expertise. In fact, I wanted to bring him along with me so that he can be more relevant person, more appropriate person than me to answer if any of you have some questions concerning chat dawah. So, but he is not in a position to come, so he excused himself and he is not there. I took his points, so I am going to present based on that. This is the topic he thought that he can share with people. His name is Abdul Hamid Isa. He gave a presentation in this place, in Busaitin. If you want his details, please, these are the details.
I will forward the presentation to everybody.
Forward, yes, yes,
So
inshallah.
we don't need to take pictures or anything?
No, don't take pictures. In this particular presentation, he focused on identifying who are your targets, who are your customers. So, to identify them, you have to do profiling, you have to do categorization, and that applies even to mass tour. We have to be aware through profiling what category of people, that means what sort of group, what sort of mindset, what sort of background one particular group has different than the other groups. For example, if the group is from visitors are from China, their questions will be different than visitors from America. And the explanation what you give to Chinese may not be fully relevant to Americans. So like that, so we have to identify on the basis of their background, on the basis of their religion. Dealing with Hindus is not the same as dealing with Christians. You should be aware of this category. Dealing with educated persons is different than ordinary person. So all this information can be handled. Provided you profile them. Profile them means you identify them in a category. So this is what he did. He identified the first category as people going through stress. They are the targets. What does it mean? What does it mean? What did you get out from this so far? Yes, please.
A person like going through stress usually are willing, have a lot of burdens or something a lot on them, so they usually look for things to calm them down or ease them. And spreading dawa essentially could also potentially appease them down, and the more calm a person will feel, the more they tend to remember it and have a soft spot for it. So once you're able to calm down a person with dawa or Islam in general, then he'll be willing to listen to it more.
Brother is saying that first you need to calm down the person, then he would be willing to listen.
No, I'm not talking about what methodology you will use. I'm asking, what do you understand by first category, people going through stress. That means stress people.
To give him hope.
Sorry?
No, I think he said, he replied, he said he put that they are more open to receive da'wah. They're looking for something to take out their stress.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
To give hope.
Sorry?
To give hope.
Yeah. Yes, please.
People who are stressed or people who are suffering from some difficulty. Because when I was doing dawah, a lot of women who had lost a loved one used to come by and they had more questions about what happens in the afterlife.
Right. Yes, please.
Like some financial stress or health stress, peace of mind,
Yes.
no peace of mind, these kinds of stress, work stress.
Right. So many stresses.
Yeah.
Particularly modern days, things are getting worse. You are earning a lot of money, but stress.
Yeah.
Stress. You become bald-headed earlier than your age. Why? Stressful. Your hair become white before becoming old. So this is all the outcome of stress. So world is going through stresses, experiencing stresses one way or the other, financial or otherwise. So they want to release, they want to find a solution. This is the sickness, what is the cure? So they are trying to look for spiritual aspect. They have taken medicine, It's not helping. It helps temporarily. At the time of sleeping, they take sleeping pills, or they resort to drinking, or to drugs, some things, different things. So, if the people are serious, educated, and they understand this point, this religion is one thing which helps in removing stress. Unfortunately, in the list of religions which are being approached for those who are under stress, Islam comes at the bottom. They first try to those religions which talk about spirituality, yoga, Hinduism, all those things, they are famous. Many Westerners, among Westerners, there are many who first turn to Hinduism, Buddhism, and then disappointed. In Discover Islam itself, we had one Irish gentleman who became Muslim. When we started Discover Islam, we brought him as to manage the Dawah side. And this is his story. He said his background was, he was nightclub musician. He was performing music job in the nightclub. But after some few years, he felt this will not going to help. You have to look for some other alternate. So he was looking for spirituality. And the way Christianity is taught based on dogmas, they did not appeal. So what appealed? Hinduism, those things. So to try Hinduism, he came to India from Ireland, stayed in India for 6 months, experienced whether he can be Hindu. Ramakrishna Mission, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, all those things were those days very active. I am talking about late 1980s. So he came and he was disappointed. He went to the temples. He performed all this bhajan, and I have shown that video, Manchester, what happens in temple. All those things he experienced. And he reached conclusion, no, it's not worth. He tried Buddhism. He was not satisfied. He returned disappointed after 6 months back to Ireland. Since he was looking for truth, what happens if somebody is sincere in looking for truth? What is the outcome? He will get the truth. Allah will guide. If some person is serious in truth, Allah will guide. So it so happened, this Irish gentleman who was trying to know the truth, he had in his neighborhood, in his locality, a family which had converted to Islam. And this family he observed for some time, and he was impressed. And then he approached, and then they talked about Islam, and they liked it. And that was the process, they became Muslim. So they don't try Islam first. Some people they don't have in the list. The famous singer, pop singer in 1970s, you might be knowing him, is Cat Stevens from UK. Earlier generation they know, new generation doesn't know. His songs were sold as golden discs. He was famous. He was in demand. He had name and fame, but he was empty from inside. And he was looking for peace of mind, peace at heart. Yes. So, what he should do? He tried different Hinduism first, Buddhism and other things. He was in the trying stage and he was sincere. So it so happened that his brother David, he went to Jerusalem and he found a copy of the Quran. Since he knew that my brother is looking for some spiritual things, so he thought he can give a gift, like gift. And this, he himself did not read, he just bought for his brother, Cat Stevens. And he gave him. When Cat Stevens read through, he said, no, this was the thing which he was looking at. Very clear concept of God. Very clear, this is his own words. It's fully, clearly described. Who is he? Ayatul Kursi, Surah Ikhlas, very convincing. He said, that's all. He became Yusuf Islam. He stopped singing and his talent he used to give adhan. His discs are available for children, particularly adhan, Yusuf style, singing sort of thing. So these are the examples of stresses undergoing, but people not coming to Islam. But since they are truth seekers, Allah guide them through different ways coming to Islam. This, for an example, as a role model, we see one Sahabi who his search for truth for years led him to accept Islam with Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Do you know who was he? Salman al-Farsi. This story I am not going to repeat. Is a very clear example how much he underwent. The Seerah of Sahaba, why it happens, why he took so much time, why not like Cat Stevens or Uthman Berry, who became Muslim from Ireland and came to discover Islam. They did not take much time, yes. So, now we break. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We already talked about one category of people who are the customer, you can say. Category of the customer is those who are stressful. There is one thing, I think it's worth mentioning in that context, how Discover Islam came into existence, what prompted Discover Islam to start. This was an advertisement in Gulf Daily News in mid-1980s. Ad was very short, 2 by 3 inches, 2 inches wide, 3 inches long. What they wrote? Feeling sad, suicidal, that's all, question mark, 2 words. Feeling sad, suicidal, then call this number, the picture of telephone with handset, call this number. or write to P.O. Box 1. This advertisement was put by Evangelical Church. Evangelical Church who got P.O. Box number 1. And they are catching who? Feeling sad, suicidal. So when you phone, then they start their dawah. Very attractive way, sympathizing and consoling. And then they come down to Jesus will save. Give their own examples. I was like this, I was like that, I was totally fed up of my life. But there came Jesus. He saved my life. He is Savior. Like that. Brainwashing. So offer empathy and guidance to the...
How did you discover Islam?
Sorry, I stopped. So we were inspired by this and we said, what is this going on? It's a Muslim country, Arab country, and these church fellows, they are so deep into our society. What is this going on? It should be done by us. Why we are sleeping? So this was the main factor. So we gave ad. We also gave an ad after this realization. We wrote, seek the greatest fulfillment in life. Seek the greatest fulfillment in life. One sentence. How can we seek? Discover Islam. That's all. We did not put phone, we put arch, our symbol. P.O. Box we have gave. Our P.O. Box was 1090, 10901. Still exists, same P.O. Box. Their P.O. Box was 1. But so many years behind, we realized this. Okay. Second category, people dissatisfied despite blessings. This is also, it can be put under stresses, but the other way. Not due to poverty, but due to everything, wealth, etc. Their name and their fame is there, but still they are not happy. They are looking for something missing from their life. There is some vacuum in their life. I think this is the reason in the West, to fulfill this vacuum, this emptiness, they have pets. Dogs. American life, wherever you neighborhood you go, somebody or the other will be having dogs, taking out from their home, outside, and the dogs, they drop out their droppings. So this fellow who is taking dog with chain, he will lift and put in a shopper. And all those things he will collect. They are giving so much of service to an animal. Why? Because they have trust more in animal than human being. There is no trust in human beings. They don't trust each other. To the extent, husband and wife, after marriage, after a few years, they start assessing each other. If the husband is not told, darling, I love you, then she says, our marriage is going to be broken. So she makes her arrangement, if I leave, then what is my status? So she is preparing herself, he is preparing himself, then divorce takes place. This is common. This is common. So emptiness, Blessing is there but emptiness. Spiritual emptiness, we can say. Third category, people confused about their own religion. This is quite common in the West. Why? Because their dogmas is so confusing. What they teach about God is so confusing because they are going to church in the beginning, they adhere to it, but after getting age, they say this is nonsense. And one more thing, if they come out from Christianity, then they don't seek any other religion because they think Christianity is the only religion which deserves attention. If this thing is so loose, it cannot be trusted. The result is they become atheist, straight. Leaving religion means they become atheist. But there are those who are looking alternates. So this is one category. So this category is they are not satisfied with their religion. These people are more in Christianity than Hinduism. Hinduism also they know things do not make sense, but they keep adhering to their faith. What do you think? What is the reason? Yes, please.
Tradition and culture.
Yes. What about you? Same? Yes. Sorry? Oh, good. Any other from sisters? What makes Hindus adhere to their religion, Hinduism, even though they see many things nonsense, do not make sense, still they are attached.
Sisters are saying emotional attachment.
Yes, emotional attachment. Emotional attachment to what? Not only religion. It is more to do with India and Indian traditions. Because religion, when we talk about Hinduism, Hindu is very diversified views. Anything can be Hinduism. If you believe in God is Hinduism, you don't believe in God also Hinduism. Provided you declare yourself as Hindu. That means respecting the traditions, the culture of India. So this is the attachment. And the argument which is formed up in their mind is, ours is the oldest religion. Most of them they say 5,000 years old. Anyway, number doesn't matter, oldest religion they say. When after so many years still existing, how is it possible if this is not a true religion? It's not possible. If something wrong, they would have been wiped out. So they say, one Hindu I was talking to, he said, I don't want to enter any argument because I am not a learned person. This is the job of scholars. But I am Hindu because this reason. It has not faded out for 4,000 years. There must be some truth which I don't know and I cannot argue, but this is the truth. Hinduism is a true religion. And all the religions, Christianity, Islam, they copy us. This is the mentality. So this bondage with the culture and traditions, Indian traditions, this is the root cause. So, in order to address such a category, category of those people who are not interested in their own religion, what we should do? This category, they are confused by the teachings of their own religion, and that's why they are seeking alternate.
To explain Islam.
That's why last week we had the topic. What was the topic? Comparative religion. You can explain them provided you know about them. If you have the knowledge, what they believe, what are the loopholes, how far they are away from Islam, all those things you know when you know about the religion, their religion. So, for that purpose, it is important for us to know something. If your customer belongs to one category, then you should know the religion of the category you are dealing with. So that's why we had sessions on comparative religion in detail. So I will not go into that. So for that, we have to know what we share with them. There are commonalities, and then what there are differences. Why there are these differences? We have to do work on this, and then offer the solutions. So, what is your point of view? And argue them with, in a convincing way. So, that was the outcome of our previous sessions, that don't put them in another camp. Emphasize on we both are on the same side. That means capitalize on commonalities. We have certain things common, so let us not distance each other, but try to explore where we have missed each other, and why not we live together. So this is the way. But it's not the only way. Even without knowing the religion also you can go. We can start with a clean slate. What does it mean? Nothing, no background. Talking about God, the concept of God, and explaining that with wisdom, step by step. Explain one point, make him agree, then move to next point. Make him agree, then to next. This way, step by step, interactively, we can convince about concept of God. Once he is convinced or she is convinced, then that's 50% of your job is done. Remaining things they follow slowly. So the main reason why the deviation is the concept of God. Fourth category.
But this is online? You do this online?
Brother Abdul Hamid, he found such categories. He identified by his personal experience. These are the categories with whom he is interacting on chats. So he is sharing with us. And I am reproducing same thing. I am sharing with you what he shared with me. 10 minutes? Yeah. Okay. So, Brother Abdul Hamid has suggested some solutions below the category. Fifth category he identifies are intellectuals and seekers of truth. That means educated people. On chat, not necessarily you get degree holders, ordinary people also. They may be well versed with the technology, so they are using this technology to know the truth, but they are educated in other things. They are intellectuals, and some are among them genuine seekers of truth. So this we have discussed seekers of truth, intellectuals. So this is category as against non-intellectuals, ordinary people. So when we deal with intellectuals, we have to have one strategy. You cannot deal with intellectuals like ordinary man. He will feel bored. This I know, this basic thing, why you are talking, wasting my time. He will not say, but he will not continue. And on the other hand, ordinary people, if you talk intellectually, the things we are talking going above his head, we will not be interested. Oh, this is too much. This is confusing. So he leaves. So see which category it belongs to, accordingly you have to deal. Sixth category is people prejudiced due to misinformation. They have biased opinion about Islam. The reason is misinformation. There is one word in English, disinformation. What is disinformation? D-I-S, not M-I-S. Disinformation versus misinformation. What is the difference? Disinformation versus misinformation. Yes? Please, Sister Farah.
Okay, so misinformation is probably wrong understanding of the information, whereas disinformation is wrong information.
Disinformation is distorting the information. They have the information, but they distort. That means intentionally they are doing. They are spreading, in spite of knowing the truth, they inform like this. Misinformation, you can say, this person is ignorant, he doesn't have proper information. Whatever information is there, it is misunderstanding. So this sort of person is easy to deal with. But person who is inclined and letting you down somehow in one way or the other, then this is disinformation. There are many people there, they come to the chat to confuse you, to debate with you, to let you down with sinister intention. This is the sixth category. Then the last category, this is 7 categories he identified: trolls, abusers, time wasters. They came for no aim. They want to, since they don't like this, we can somewhat related to above category, but they are, they are useless. You are wasting your time for such people. The way they talk, the way they debate, you can understand. So these are the categories he identified, and for each he has got a strategy, and with every category of people, in the beginning you have to have soft touches. What do you mean by soft touch? Soft touch means you try to find out, not going directly or deeply, but from on the face of it, what sort of person he is. And then we know the type of person, then you go further deep. Either you confirm that this is the type of person, or you change your strategy. If somebody is soft, and when he discusses, he uses polite things and other things. If somebody is hard-hearted, you know the reaction. So you know this person has to be dealt in a different way. So these are the things which we have to identify the type of category of the people, and each category has to have a strategy. And your strategy, maybe you think is good, but it may not be. It is your understanding. So those who are professionally doing this chat dawa, they should maintain some record. What type of person he was, what type of questions he was asking, how he dealt with. If it is working, this strategy, then try to improve upon this strategy. If it is not working, it is backfiring, you know, sometimes people, since we Muslims we say we are on haqq, we have the truth. So this fellow is wrong. So from that standpoint, they deal. This is not the standpoint. For dawah, you have to imagine yourself in their shoes, how he is feeling. If you are in their same page of their understanding, then you know what is the weakness, what is the root cause. So you can address this root cause. So,
Can I ask a question?
sorry?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah,
How do you get those people to call you?
two?
To call you? How do you get those people?
No, these are the people, when they see
Any
the,
category?
yeah, they are looking for something for their own benefit or to let you down. So they approach. And when in the conversation, you have to, instead of just chatting, you have to identify what type of person it is, he is or she is.
Now, how do you let people know that
This
you
is,
exist? That you are there?
this is not the job of the person who is on chat. This because he is attached to the organization, Islam religion, they take care. They have got website with a, they have a chat in that. Nowadays there are many websites, Islamic websites. I mean, if you go to the what they offer, there are chats, and some website they show, you want to talk to us, can we help? All those things they pop in. So that's how they get to the chat. So it is, you are marketing. How you are marketing, what are your customers? Non-Muslims are customers. So what sort of marketing you are doing to advertisement, through advertisement? This is a different field. We are talking about not the, from salesperson point of view, I mean, not the management point of view, but you are salesperson. Because management has to decide to advertise for the product. I am just salesperson. So that is something like that. But if somebody individually is doing, so this is a huge task. He had to see so many things, so many aspects. So that's why in chat, of course, it doesn't mean that one should not do on personal level, individual level. Whatever you contribute, something is better than nothing. If you have got time, do this. Don't underestimate, oh, I am not so perfect, so I should not take up. So don't underestimate. For any good deed, Bismillah, start. Because shaitan comes, no, see, you are busy, this time you can better utilize, and things like that. You are not perfect, you may make mistake, all those insinuations, waswas, he puts. So then proceed. He is giving some tips to chat advisors.